That's on the line.
How are you? Good to see you. Well, this is a wonderful occasion, and the only part about it is I have personal sadness. My husband, whom you all remember, because you all been around him so long, he had a heart attack the other day,
Oh
and
my.
the hospital had emergency surgery, and so I got him home yesterday, the day before, and um, and I want you all to know that caretaking ain't easy. I'm the one who has to say, "Oh, will you get me some water? Will you do this? Will you do that?" When I get out of the chair, where are you going? I said, to the airport if I can get out. Caretaking ain't easy. And I told him I had this day today. He said, "How long you gonna be?" I said, "Well, not too long. I'm going to see my old friends." And he said, "Well, can they come out here?" I said, "You don't want anybody in the house. He's scared of the virus. Now he's scared of this." And so I tell you, I got my hands full.
You
But
can handle it.
you have that.
Yes.
Seriously, I'm taking very good care of him. And because initially he was going to join us today, uh,
Oh,
but so you
wonderful.
all send a little prayer up for him.
Will
Absolutely.
do.
Yeah.
Will do.
Now let me tell you how, well, if I can tell you how delighted I am um, that you all have been with me a long, long time. And just yesterday, the crew was here to do a intro for next Trumpet Awards. It's going to be on video again. Everything's going to be on video, I understand. But they do have a date. They have a date December 13th. So that's the date. But it's going to be the 29th. Can you imagine 29 years
Wow.
ago, you all were slaving around, doing what you could to make people happy? And do you know, I still hear about our volunteers. I've had people write to me and ask me, do I have a script of description of volunteers? What are you supposed to do?
Miss
Because they think now I've got some magic, that I've got information nobody else has. How do you make um, a successful event come off like this unless you got good people? And I said, you can't. You have to have good people.
Mrs. Clayton, we are
Yes.
all anxious to hear. We're going to absolutely give you the mic to share whatever you want to share with us. We just want to open up right now and let everybody know thank you for coming in. We're here this afternoon to honor and share and reflect on the life of Miss Clayton. And she has impacted the lives of practically everybody on this call in some form or fashion. And that's the reason we're all here, because we remember. And we know her as the founder of Trumpet Awards because most of us have had the privilege of working with her side by side or in some capacity with Trumpet. And we know, Miss Clayton, you've been in the media quite a bit lately. And a lot of people saw you and heard you speak in memory of our great civil rights icons who we lost recently. And the reaction was, wow, she's still as beautiful and voluptuous as she was back in the day. And so a group of these former Trumpet volunteers expressed a desire to be able to speak to you again, Ms. Clayton, and hear some of those infamous stories that we want to hear from you today. And so we know that you've recently had a birthday and that you celebrated with dignitaries and celebrities. And but this little group just took the time to get on today and just wants to say hello, thank you, happy birthday, and we love you, Ms. Clayton. So with that, we want you to relax because this is not a production. It won't be televised. And so you don't have to be on your best behavior if you don't want to. We just want to celebrate you this morning.
Oh Lord.
So to kick us off this afternoon, there's a young lady who's a native New Yorker, and she currently resides here in Atlanta, Georgia. But her musical foundation lies in the church, and she can be often found belting out a solo somewhere, but her credentials span from national competitions to international tours. Miss Eltanya Shields was a soloist with the All Atlanta Choir. She performed with the award-winning Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, She participated in the opening and closing ceremonies of the Centennial Olympic Games, sharing the stage with the likes of B.B. King, Wynton Marsalis, Stevie Wonder, and Little Richard, just to name a few. Now, her melodious voice was recorded with the legendary Sir Elton John. She joined him on his US and European tour to promote his Peachtree Road CD project. And in addition to her singing career, she has theatrical credits under her belt. She's had major roles in local productions and was featured in the major motion picture Dirty Laundry, starring Loretta Devine and Rockmond Dunbar. Now, she currently is portraying the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin, in the theatrical production Natural Woman, an Aretha story. She's now the leader of her own R&B and jazz band, and you just might hear that voice anywhere, Miss Clayton. She's known in the music world as Sugar Lips, and in just a moment, you'll understand why. So Miss Clayton, here to pay tribute to you in song is Miss Eltanya Sugar Lips Shields. So if you'll take it away, Eltanya.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Miss Clayton, I'm so honored to have this opportunity to share with you today. And all the years that I have seen you and heard you, I always thought she has the most perfect bun. And just always looks so nice. And I hope I look as good as you when I turn 21.
Thank you.
There will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on. And you cast your fears aside and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Beautiful.
That a hero lies in you. Happy birthday, Miss Clayton.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you so much
Wow, that's
for that
wonderful.
beautiful
Thank you so
rendition.
much.
Thank you. God
That's
bless
Absolutely. Thank you. And Miss Clayton, you are our hero.
you.
Oh,
Indeed.
thank you.
And I just heard, Miss Clayton, that there's a surprise guest on the line. And I know you don't really like to be surprised, neither do I, but Miss Linda Bridges was able to vouch for this gentleman. So I'm going to let her introduce this mystery man who's requiring some of your time today.
Okay.
Linda, you on the line?
Miss Clayton, we're going to keep the show moving the way you showed me. Because Houston, we don't have a problem. I want you
No
to
problem.
spend some time with your guests right now, Miss Clayton, because you taught me well.
Okay, well, Miss Clayton, we know that you recently turned 90 years young a few months ago. And I also heard that you said that you would be 90 until this time next year. So we thought it appropriate to continue the celebration today with a group of our trumpeters who have been around through the years, some since the very first award show in 1993. You've been overheard talking about your boyfriends that you have around the world. And this is by your own admission. I'm not spreading gossip, but I don't believe it for a minute, but I was contacting a few people about participating in this call. And I spoke with a gentleman, Ms. Clayton, and he just actually cut me off before I could even ask him. And he was like, will I do it? You know I will. That was my girlfriend back in the day. I love to talk to her. So I made him sign a disclaimer because this is a family call and he promised to keep his drooling to 1 minute. But Mr. Fred Brooks, if you're on the line, would you please unmute and turn your camera on and bring greetings to Ms. Clayton? Fred
Hello,
Brooks.
beautiful. Hello, beautiful. How are you? I've always said that you were my girl. Can y'all see me?
You're not in the camera. We don't see your face.
Hey,
There you go.
how you doing? I've always said every time I see you that I want to get close to you because I want all my friends to know how close me and you really are. So every time every time we take a picture, I want to hold you tight. But I just want to say that throughout the years, you know, I met some very, you know, important people. But to me, there is no one that I look up more to than you. You are a hero, and I appreciate us telling you why you're still living instead of doing all this, you know, after you dead and gone, because you deserve it, and you are beautiful. And like I say, you still look young. Can I take you out?
Oh, you can do anything with me.
Okay, Mr. Fred Brooks, don't let us take a restraining order out on you. We appreciate
I'll
that.
say yes to you on anything.
Okay, baby.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you so much,
You know we
Fred.
neighbors. You know we neighbors.
No, did I
You-
know that?
Yeah, I told you in the store. I told
So we
when
can do
we was
crawling,
in
we can do crawling at nighttime, huh?
Okay, Mr. Brooks.
Hey,
As I said, we don't want to have to take a
Xernona,
restraining
call
order
me.
out on you.
Okay, Xernona,
Okay.
look, call me sometime. They got my number and everything. Call me. I live right around beside you.
Oh, do
You know, I
Okay.
help you out with some of that stuff.
Oh, really?
Thank you so much, Fred. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We'll get that information to her. Okay.
Okay,
Ms.
I
Clayton,
love you. Okay,
Yeah,
happy
no.
birthday.
No, okay, but Fred, I will call you. So get
Okay, baby.
they'll get the number for me.
we'll get the
Okay.
number to you.
Thank
We
you.
sure will.
My pleasure. I
Thank
love
you.
you too, Fred.
Thank you so much, Fred. We appreciate that. Ms. Clayton, we all know you to be a great storyteller, and we've heard you chuckle at your own jokes many times. We've all had some good laughs over the years as we diligently worked to bring Trumpet Awards to production. And there have been times when we've had some real gut-wrenching laughs at the expense of Trumpet. And we've asked a few of our trumpet foot soldiers to share some of those moments that they've experienced that just kind of brought us to our knees with laughter. But I'm going to share the first one, Ms. Clayton, because I recall, yes, ma'am, one lesson that we all learned from you is to be timely, okay? And to put it in your words, everything we do better start on time. So we all know that. And I recall a trumpet event where we were getting the guests into the ballroom, getting everybody seated, and they were in, and the room was filled to capacity. But there were a lot of guests still outside of the room because the ballroom was full. And lo and behold, you rounded the corner to the ballroom. We could see you coming. You had your entourage with you, and all we could see was the bun. And it was bobbing up and down, Miss Clayton, and it had steam coming from it because we knew that you thought we had not started on time when you saw that crowd outside of the ballroom. And there were some of the Trumpet Award sisters and those beautiful gowns just on their knees having a good laugh. But, you know, do you recall such a time, Miss Clayton, when Trumpet Awards, just the events of the day, just gave you a good laugh?
I tell that story a lot. And because it was on me, I was madder than a wet hen, as they say. And I said, what? They're late? And you weren't.
That's right. You taught us well.
I tell it all the time.
You taught us well. And guests, if you would, you can put your greetings in the chat box, please, and we'll be sure to acknowledge those that we can. So go ahead and put your greetings in as you like. Another of your trumpet foot soldiers who has given us many laughs from time to time. I see you on the line, Ms. Joycelyn Sumter, if you would unmute and make sure that your camera's on and bring greetings to Ms. Clayton. There she is.
Okay, I'm having some camera difficulties here, but that picture you see, that's me. I look like I did back in 1993. Hey, Miss Clayton, Queen, can you see my picture?
You see Joycelyn Sumter?
I have glasses on. I'm older now, honey bunny.
Oh, I see your picture, but are you talking?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I was looking at the picture and I didn't see your mouth moving.
Oh, that's a still picture. I'm having some camera difficulties, okay?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Well, I wanted to definitely do a drive-by here to wish you a wonderful birthday. The most memorable moment that I have back in 1996, I think it was, for trumpet, was when I shared with you that I was going to have a baby.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Oh, do I?
Yes. And you said, and you said, are you going to have the baby and still work trumpet?
I couldn't bear the thought of your being not here. And I know when babies come, and they don't come when you want them. They come.
That's correct.
And I said, oh, Jocelyn, how could you do this to me?
It was actually very funny, but comical, but I made it through trumpet, and Morgan became known as the trumpet baby. If you remember that, we used to have a big laugh about it.
Yes.
But that trumpet baby is 23 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Right, she's about to catch up with me.
Well, I'd love to tell her the real story is when she decided to come. It wasn't good news for me, but you were such a wonderful, wonderful supporter that I couldn't bear the thought that we have a meeting without you, which could have happened. But um, I wanted to say congratulations. You did a good job with your timing and your time. And tell your daughter that she helped us out a little bit, not a whole lot, but some.
I
And
will do that.
congratulations to
So
her.
I wanted to just say to you, I wish you nothing but beautiful blessings for another 90 years. You keep being the phenomenal woman that you are. And thank you for allowing me the opportunity to have worked those number of years that I did with Trumpet. I made some wonderful friends, and you were definitely one of my icons, and I still cherish you to this day. So happy birthday and many, many more blessings to you.
Thank you so
Thank,
much. I'm
thank you,
happy to
Joycelyn.
have
And
you
it's
here
good to see
today.
you as well.
Thank
Miss
you.
Clayton, you have birthday greetings in the chat box from Reverend Lenora Hawkins. And she's saying happy birthday, Miss Clayton. Miss Shante Moore, happy birthday to you, Miss Clayton. You paved the way for me to do all that I'm blessed to do today, and I salute you. And then there's Tammy Peterson. Mrs. Clayton, it's been a tremendous pleasure and honor to have been a photographer capturing your beautiful moments on the red carpet and trumpet events. That's from Tammy Peterson. Now, Ms. Clayton, it really truly has been a blessing for you to be here in our presence, and we don't take it for granted. 90 years, and you've always been one to set records and one to break them. But we know that you love flowers, Ms. Clayton, and we're pleased to be able to give you your flowers while you're living. So important. And so I'm going to ask your friend and mine, Mr. Winfrey Pierce, if he would bring greetings.
Oh, Winfrey, still with us, huh?
So unmute your line, Winfrey, and turn your video on, please. There you go.
Oh, there, yellow too. He remembered.
He remembered.
My favorite. I can't hear him.
Turn your audio on, Winfrey. Turn your audio on. We can't hear you.
You know how to do it, Winfrey? You know what on?
Can you hear me now?
Is on.
We hear you loud and
Okay.
clear.
Ms. Clayton, happy birthday. I just want to wish
There
you
you
the
are.
best. You've done so many things for all of us and everything. You've given us opportunities that none of us probably imagined that we would ever have. I mean, we've worked on the Trumpet Awards. I know Gail and I were there for like 18 years. But also what I remember best was as we're going through this civil unrest, I remember the Rodney King incident and how you put together a meeting, a symposium to deal with the civil rights, to deal with the police brutality and the rioting that took place in Los Angeles following the Rodney King verdict. And that stood out the most to me and really means a lot in this day and age that we're going through. But I just want to wish you the best. May you be blessed with many, many more. And when you're done today, please send us the address to the Fountain of Youth, because you certainly have and everything. But take good care. God bless. We got Judge Brady in our prayers, and I love you dearly. And happy birthday. Here's a virtual presentation to you.
Now, how am I gonna get these flowers? You gonna send them through the TV? Okay. Well, thank you very much. And Winfrey, you know, I've always loved you. You know, always.
Thank you.
And thank you, Winfrey. It's good to see you as well.
Same here. Thank you, Cynthia.
Okay, Ms. Clayton, you also have greetings from Miss Alicia Cardwell, Austin. She says, hello, Xernona. We've had some great times together. My favorite times was traveling with you. Trumpet was one of the greatest times in my life, and I was always special to birth the Trumpet Awards with you. Love you so much. You look marvelous.
Oh,
now,
thank you.
That brings
leave?
Miss Cardwell.
Mm-hmm.
Brings me to the next subject, Miss Clayton. Now, we weren't able to identify the very first Trumpet Awards employee or volunteer. Someone on the line may know who that is. So if you do, go ahead and put that in the chat box, please. Or Miss Clayton, you may know. But there is a young lady who I spoke with when we were, sending these invitations out. And she mentioned that you were her mentee way long before Trumpet Awards started. And she spoke so highly of you. I don't remember her, but you being more youthful than I'm sure you do.
Yes,
Miss
yes.
Alexis Dinkins, if you would like to bring greetings and you're on the line, please unmute your call. Unmute your line and show your video if you're on the call. Let's see if she's here. But if not, she's sending greetings.
Okay.
And just so wanted to wish you a happy birthday and appreciate all the mentoring that she received from you way back in the day.
Yeah, she and I were friends before the Trumpet Awards. I happened to know her walking through the building and meeting other minority employees.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Well, she sends her greetings and blessings today. Okay, now I think somebody told me that special guest showed up.
No, no.
Yes.
No.
Somebody just must
beautiful.
have.
My buddy. Oh, this is a surprise. Why aren't you here? I want you here.
And you know I want to be there.
All right. This is
How are you today?
surprise.
I
Now-
tell you, I just wanted to tell you how wonderful you are. And I just want to thank you for always continuing to pour into me and so many others. You literally have made the city of Atlanta and our nation what it is today. And I wouldn't miss an opportunity to join this special occasion and just tell you that we love you so much. We appreciate you so much. And you deserve a month-long birthday, a 2-month-long birthday, however long we've been celebrating your birthday. You deserve every single moment of it, and we love you.
Well, let me tell them about you. I saw a picture here earlier, the day we dedicated the street, the Xernona Clayton. And I got out of the car and I started crying. And I just cried and cried. And then guess what? The mayor said, "Why are you crying? This is a happy day." I said, "Boy, these are tears of joy."
I know. I remember that day. It was so special.
I was so happy, and I still am. And you did so many things. I mean, that was just one of the things I remember forever. But I remember how kind you always were. You know, the mayor has to cater to the needs of all of his citizens. And while I'd want to just take you and hug you by myself, I couldn't do that. But I admired you always. When you come into a ballroom for some public event, you had a nice stride. You had that look of dignity. You had the look of, I know what I'm doing attitude. And you did it. And so as the years you were leader, I want you to know I was back there pushing, and in my own way, encouraging and lauding your leadership. So thank you for being here today. Thank you.
I wouldn't miss it for anything. And I was just glad to be a part of this really important moment. I'm just glad that folks are really giving you the praise and the love that you deserve. And in my own small way, I wanted to make sure I was a part of it today.
Well, this is no small way. This is a big way for me. So,
and I got lots of love and lots of hugs. You tell me where to meet you.
Yeah,
I'll be right there.
I gotta meet you and give them to you. So let me have them. Hug, hug, hug. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
I know. I've been getting jealous seeing you giving all these folks hugs.
We can take care of that. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Especially for you. Okay.
Thank you. God bless you.
A special moment. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mayor Reed. We appreciate you coming on with your kind words. It's good to see you as well.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Love you a lot.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ms. Clayton, we have more greetings from the chat box for you from, let's see, we got Miss Tammy, Sandra Coleman, and Miss Phyllis Smith, who worked tirelessly back in the day on Trumpet Awards. want to send birthday greetings and to say that they had some wonderful times, you know, with Trumpet Awards. Happy 19th birthday to the queen of our life. We love you, Phyllis Smith and Sandra Coleman.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay. Absolutely. And now, Ms. Clayton, we would like to just get some reflections from another of our trumpet soldiers, Ms. Denise Winston, who also has worked tirelessly with Trumpet Awards and for many years. And if Denise is out there, please unmute your line and your video and bring greetings to Ms. Clayton. Okay, you with us, Denise? All righty, well, we can come back. We have also greetings on the line from, what's this, Miss Ashley Butter? Okay, she's not on, that's fine. We'll just continue. I see we have in attendance, let's see who we have not heard from, Ms. Clayton. My goodness, so many special guests here. I'm just scrolling through the numbers. So Ms. Tammy Peterson, if you would like to unmute your line. Okay, Tammy.
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can.
Okay, happy birthday, Miss Clayton. It has been such a wonderful pleasure. So many times that I've had the honor to be selected to be a photographer at the Trumpet Awards. As a matter of fact, I think that was my very, very first award show in terms of working on the red carpet. And I have so many, many, many beautiful pictures of you that I've taken on the red carpet, as well as on the stage and backstage. So if you would ever like those pictures, just reach out to me and let me know. I have an abundance of images and, like I said, just beautiful pictures of you. And I feel so honored. Number one, to even be in this right now. And even more so, actually having the physical presence over the years to capture your moments.
Thank you. You know, I hired the young man from Las Vegas after we went out there, but that was later in the years. So those early years, I don't have many photos. And, oh, that's a good one to review. But if you would be kind enough, I'd be glad to cover any cost you have, because I want to do a compilation. I'm putting together now a retrospective presentation of my 90 years. And, you know, some of the pictures that you see, we've had to use them over and over.
Okay.
Audience that I'm preparing the brochure for. So if you would do that, I'd be glad to get with you.
Yes, I can deliver the images to you digitally through an email and a beautiful gallery, and you can look at all of them, and then you have the capability and function to just download them to that computer at the time.
Yes. Linda said she'd help coordinate that for me.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Linda Bridges is sitting here. She said she'd be glad to coordinate that for me.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
you coming on.
Thank
And
you.
before we turn it over to Ms. Clayton, I think we have Ashley Bullard on the line. Ashley is also one of your trumpet babies.
Who is that?
Who would like to say Ashley Bullard, Ashley Bridges Bullard. Are you on the line, Ash? You want to mute your line and your video? Okay. Well, okay. Well, Miss Clayton, I guess Shelly, Denise, she'll get unstuck here soon and make her way back. But we wanted to give you the opportunity, Miss Clayton, to again, we want you to know that we love you, we care for you, remember you, and it's been such a privilege to be, to have you on the line with us today. And we love your storytelling, we love, all the good things, the history that you have to share with us, and whatever it is you want to share with the group today, we want you to be able to do that. So we're going to turn the mic over to you. And hey, just speak from your heart, Miss Clayton, whatever it is you have to say today.
Okay. Well, I'll have to start off with, I'm getting an echo. Is it working? Is it still, is that better? Okay. I wanted to just thank you. It just seems so inadequate just to say thank you. And you knew that I had said that we couldn't have a good event without good support. And I laid my ground rules out to let everybody know what my expectations were. And I tell people that now because they ask, how did I manage to have success with the Trumpet Awards? And I told them it starts off first with the people who are going to help you put it on. And that would be you. And I want you all to know, and I don't mind saying this, that in the latter years of my ownership of the Trumpet Awards, I was disappointed because the assistance I was expecting was not the same level I'd gotten from the beginning. So I ended up being disappointed. When I say ended up, by the time I was ready to sell the Trumpet Awards, I was feeling disappointed because I had to beg. If you all remember those early years, I didn't have to beg. I stated clearly what our needs were, then asked for your support, and we got it. So you'll always be warm in my heart because of the support. It was a partnership. I came up with the idea and thrust the program out there. But without you all's assistance, I wouldn't have gotten what I ended up getting, which was praise and compliments. And you deserve to be a part of that. So there are no words that I can give you that would adequately describe appreciation I had for you. It goes along with the success of the Trumpet Awards. It was successful because, and you'd be one of the reasons we have to have a because. So because you were there, I am here and we are together. And I thank you from the very, very bottom. I know that sounds trite, from the bottom of my heart. But I do, because that's where the thanks is, at the bottom, the base, the beginning of my heart. Thank you so much. Now, if I had 2 hours, I could go, but I got a husband at home. Otherwise, I stay and tell you lots of stories.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Clayton, we do know. We
But
respect.
you know what? What would be good sometimes, we can have a reunion, just a sit-down session where we can sit on the floor and all gather around, and we're all together rather than through this medium. But this is better than nothing. And then we would, I'd like to share some of those moments, because they're funny stories when I remember them. Some of them are really funny. And so it'd be good just to kind of rehash them. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Clayton. Yes, we are, again, just so privileged to have you here with us. And let me start my video. And, you know, the whole purpose of us coming together is just to be able to see your face and hear your voice again. And we really appreciate you allowing us this time. It's not about a volunteer dinner or event for us. It's about us just being able to show you love and appreciation, because again, we have so many fond memories, and you have taught us so much, you know, about business and life. And again, we all have stories that we can, you know, that we can tell, and you will forever be in our memory. And we want you to know that. Denise is, okay, Denise is here. We're going to hear from Denise, and then we're going to we'll just close it out on our birthday celebration, because we know, Ms. Clayton, that you have to run. Denise, you on the line?
I see her, but I don't hear her.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Can you hear
now
me?
I can.
Hi, I'm Miss
And
Clayton.
Denise,
Hi,
before you speak, I want the people to know that Denise left Atlanta, and I was like, you know, everybody else, when you get ready to leave, I was disappointed. So like, no, Denise, you can't leave. But after Denise left, she stayed in touch with me, and I would hear from her all the time. And she'd come to the awards as often as she could. And I loved her son, and I loved her. And she stayed a part of this for a long, long time. So Denise, I'm glad to see you again.
Yes, thank you for that, Miss Clayton, and I'm glad to see you. And thank you for everything that you've taught me, as well as I'm sure taught all the volunteers and everyone on this phone, just everyone that you've come into contact with. The things that you have shared with us, the words of wisdom that you've shared, that we've learned, that we've incorporated into our lives, and have been able to just do other things as well. I want you to know it's a pleasure to see you, and it was a pleasure to see you on the panel at AT&T with Corey Anthony talking to the leadership. I was on that call because I am a man, and yes, I was there. And so it was a pleasure to see you. You were looking good in that pink and black last week on that panel, and that was a great documentary on John Lewis. So thank you for that, and thank you for coming and sharing your wisdom with us at work. And so, you know, that helps along the way too. And I also wanted to let you know, thank you for being one of my favorite sorors as well. That's always a pleasure too. But I just want to say thank you for everything, and I hope you enjoyed this day. I'll continue to call you. I always call that day after your birthday, or a week after your birthday, because it's never on the same day. But anyway, happy birthday. I hope it's more years to come. Please give Judge my love. Give him a hug. And Miles wants to know, do you still have that big old Shaq tennis shoe in your office?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I wanted to especially thank Cynthia and Linda for, I guess they're the ones who've been doing all this pulling together. And I thank you all for what you've done to bring this moment.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you, Ms. Clayton. And
Cynthia.
absolutely. We're gonna hear from Linda Bridges, and then we're going to go ahead and close out because we know you have to run. So Linda, if you will bring us closing comments and closing presentation.
Miss Xernona Clayton, what can I say but wow? It's been a beautiful 20 years, a short but quick story. I would not have had the honor of meeting you if it wasn't for Cynthia K. Shelton. I moved to Atlanta in 1998, broken, distraught, because my mother had just passed of breast cancer. And I knew that I had to forge because she gave me the mantle to carry. Cynthia came into my life, so I thought as a friend, but she ended up being more than that. She invited me to the trumpet in 1998. I'll never will forget it, Miss Clayton. The very first time I ever saw a ice carving of the Trumpet Awards. And I said, wow, I want to be a part of this. I said, Cynthia, how do I get on? And Cynthia said, you don't work for Turner, but I'll ask Miss Clayton personally. All of her volunteers are handpicked. They're special. They work for her, and you're an outsider. And I said, Cynthia, just get me in. I'll win Miss Clayton over with my charm. And thus the story began. 1999, I came in as a volunteer, proud and unsecure of the unknown. But Miss Clayton, you roll the years forward. I have learned so much, so much. Everyone knows that I can get dramatic from you. I remember those late nights in the early years. I remember being in your conference room at Turner with Jocelyn, Janie, and Cynthia. They were your three angels, and I had the pleasure of working with them. And you had 3x5 index cards spread on the whole table. And I said, Miss Clayton must be really old school because you took nothing but excellence. And I learned from that. But my most favorable, memorable moment, and I know we're pressed for time, was when Mr. Ted Turner himself came in there in a bathrobe. And I said, wow, that's Mr. Ted Turner. It don't get no better than that. He says, Xernona, what are you doing with these volunteers? And you said, putting them to work because they don't work enough. Ms. Clayton, it's been a lovely journey from 1999, just volunteering. And you promoted me, Ms. Clayton, as though I had gotten $100,000 raise. You said, Linda Bridges, you're going to now become my volunteer chair. I said, okay, Ms. Clayton, let's go. And thus the rest of the story. But on a serious note, I had the opportunity to meet you, to know you, to love you like nobody's business. Ms. Clayton, I cannot begin to tell you all of the wonderful stories of MLK and just the different variations of your life. I told my family at home, I've really made it big. Although my paycheck didn't say it, my experiences did. And so thus, I just honor you, Ms. Clayton, with all the people that's on this line that know me. We're all interconnected, from Reverend Rowena to Reverend Lenore to Tammy. The list can go on and on. Denise Snow. Denise Winston and I were yin and yang. We were so honored and so privileged. Because what you don't know, Ms. Clayton, Denise and I had the opportunity to work other shows. I won't mention their names, but you know who they are, Ms. Clayton. And we both said, Shelly, Linda, it don't get no better than training. We always measured your standard, Ms. Clayton. And we knew from those other award shows, you know who I'm talking about, Ms. Clayton, they could never hold a candle to you because they weren't professional and they weren't to the excellent standard that you had taught us. So Ms. Clayton, my hat's off to you. I honor you, Ms. Clayton. I don't worship you, but I honor you because, Ms. Clayton, you received not only myself, but so many men. You know my heart, Ms. Clayton. You have allowed me the opportunity to usher you in to people who wouldn't by any other chance be able to meet you. From the League of Women Voters, to the Women of Distinction, to the One Women Show with the City of Atlanta, and through Mayor Kasim Reed. Ms. Clayton, I honor you. I thank you. It's from my heart. And you know me, Ms. Clayton, just one more time, I heard a charge that you want to get together with the people on this line. You know me, Ms. Clayton, I will make that happen after the pandemic. So Ms. Clayton, I love you. I adore you. I'm going to publicly right now take the opportunity. Cheap shot, Ms. Clayton. I gave you a gift, Ms. Clayton. You haven't looked at it. But when you go home, it's a personal gift. It's a t-shirt, it's a hat, and it's a mask. But it symbolizes my business, Bela Biz, that I birthed from God himself, but because of you, Ms. Clayton. Because of you, Ms. Clayton. You've given me the energy and the tenacity to move forward in my own business. So Ms. Clayton, my hat's off to you. I love you, I honor you, and I adore you. And at this time, I want to bring Mr. Reginald Harris on the line for a special send-off retreat. Reggie, take it away.
All right. Before I play Ms. Clayton, I just want to thank you for the opportunities that you've given me with the Trumpet Award. I met you through Linda, through Alfreda, and others. And I also got one of the Trumpet Gospel Awards for being a participant and a saxophonist for one of the Gospel Trumpet Awards performances. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been an honor to meet you. So here's my dedication to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Did I have a happy birthday song for you?
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, and I want to slide in your screen here, because it is birthday time. Yes, there's Alicia.
Can they see?
Yes.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Miss Clayton.
Happy birthday, Miss Clayton.
Little bro.
Ashley Simone.
Yay!
Fred's playing for
Yay!
you, Miss Clayton.
And I want to,
Happy birthday!
Alicia wasn't here a moment ago when I talked, but I want you all to know Alicia was there when we came up with this idea, and I was bouncing ideas against her opinions, this, that, other. So she was part of the birthing of the Trumpet Awards. Alicia, it's good to see you, okay?
You too, Xernona. I always love you, and we'll never forget all our beautiful memories together.
And I'm gonna tell this on you, Alicia.
And share your camera, Alicia.
Here we
Share your
go.
camera.
Okay, I browbeat her pretty good all the time. So I want you all to see what she would do when she'd get mad at me. She was too nice and educated to talk back to me. But she'd have her desk had the wall between the front office and my office. So I was the adjacent on the back side of the wall. So they said, "Does she make you mad?" So she said, "Oh yeah." So what do you do? She said, "I just look at the blank wall and make ugly faces." Pick a song out and make ugly faces. And I said, "Boy, she'll be glad I didn't catch her. And I was broken that tongue off."
Oh my God.
And I put out, she was so creative. I mean, I enjoyed Alicia a lot and still love her. But I did that office, like this office is, every available space, I put something up there.
Yes.
One day she said she had her diploma, I guess, from college. You know, she went to school, got a degree, and she brought it. And then she pitifully asked me, "Could you find any space for me to hang up my diploma? I mean, my degree." Well, I felt so guilty when I said. So my response to her, "Girl, I didn't know you went to college." But I made room for her degree.
Little space. Space.
I gave her a little space. But she says, "You're one."
Yes.
So we're just glad. Good to see you again. Thank you.
You too. I
Gail
love you.
Coleman wanted to have a word with you, Miss Clayton. Gail.
Gail is here.
Hey.
Oh, there you are. Oh, Gail, I know I gave you. But you know what? Gail, you handled my call on you so beautifully. I had to call on Gail all the time. And she'd come up with dignity, like, "What's the problem now?" I know she wanted to say that under her breath. "What's the problem now?" You know, but you never did that. You just had that smile on your face, like you were glad to answer my frustration. So thank you for all the years of answering the frustrations.
You are so welcome. I'm gonna be very brief. I remember before you started the Trumpet Awards, I would see this beautiful lady walking around Trumpet, you know, because I was working there. And I was like, who is she? I'm like, there's nobody like her on the 14th floor. Mm-hmm. And I just was like, I just would like to meet this lady. And then one day, I think you saw me and you told me what you were doing and asked me if I wanted to volunteer. And I was like, I'm invited to the 14th floor, and it wasn't work related. I was just so excited. But you gave, when I started doing trumpet, it was the best history lesson ever. I mean, that's what I remember. That's what really stuck with me. It was the best history lesson, learned some really good things from you, life lessons, listening to your stories, just absorbing things that we would hear, and just kind of following your lead. I mean, like you said, we had to be there on time. You started on time, and it was just an amazing experience. For me, it was 18 years, and noticing you prior to when you started trumpet. But just noticing you for 18 years and working on trumpet for that period of time. And I'll say my favorite trip was Las Vegas. I think that kind of changed the game. with us, and it was nice. It was really nice. But I love you, enjoyed working with you, and it was just the best time ever. It helped, the time that I worked at Turner go by fast too. So love you, happy birthday, wish you many, many more. Take care, Judge Brady, too.
I will. Thank you. I'll tell you next one. But let me tell the group that it's true. I was the first the woman up on the 14th floor, which was the corporate floor. And when
we can't hear her.
No, can't.
Oh,
everybody need to mute. Everybody need to mute except Xernona.
Oh, hey, sweetheart. I'm gonna look for you now in the neighborhood. But being on the 14th floor was an advantage to all of us. Because being up there where I had the people who make decisions in the company, I had their ear. And here I was, and Alicia knows, I had many times to change the conditions of some African-American employees. And one day a girl said to me, I didn't even know her. She was a Black girl. She saw me downstairs and she said, you think you're hot stuff because you're on the 14th floor. I was so mad. And I said, well, no, I don't think I'm hot stuff. I think I'm good stuff for you and for me.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't angry very long because I just said, this is her little mindedness. She didn't understand. I didn't own the company. I worked for the company. Because I was on the 14th floor, I had an advantage, which I shared. And I wanted, girl, I'm already up here now. I don't need to solve your problem. I got mine. I wanted to say that to her, but I didn't feel that way. If I could do something to help somebody else. And in those cases, I could, and I did. But she never saw the bigger picture. She wanted to be little and try to belittle me. I wanted to say, girl, you down in the basement, I'm on the 14th floor, and I'm going to listen to you. That was my attitude. Because you get mad sometimes. But she didn't deserve that from me. And she also didn't deserve my anger. I was sorry I got angry about it, but I was affronted. But I kept on doing what I could because once you get to the 14th floor of any operation, and it's a symbolism. When you get there, that's when you're in a position to help somebody. You can't do it down in the basement. And so we should all strive to reach the top in anything we do. Any and everything we do, reach for the top. And Fred, you remember they used to have, well, Alicia knows, that have psychiatrists coming in giving us some opinions on psychology, what you do in the workplace. And they had us to go to the door and imagine you're a door. Well, I had trouble. I couldn't imagine my being a door. A door doesn't do nothing. I couldn't imagine being a do-nothing person. But I went over to the door, and what you wanted to do is to reach as far as you can reach. So I walked over to the door, and I'm 4'11", so I knew I couldn't reach very far. But I got on my tippy toes and stretched my body. So it gave me more than that 4'11". I was 5-something by then. And the professor used me as an example. She said, I don't know this lady, but I know she must reach higher than her reach is. I never forgot that. And I want to share that with you wherever you go and wherever you are in your life now. Stretch higher than your stretch will allow. Because that's when you become valuable and valued. Because as you stretch higher, you can do more to help others. And that's where the joy is. I can speak with authority now because I'm 90. I've been around here longer than all of you. I've been around in this world for 90 years. And I asked myself on the day I woke up at 90, I asked myself, what have I been doing for these 90 years? Have I been doing good for others? Or have I just been occupying space? I don't want to just occupy space. And so when they asked me how I feel at 90, I said I felt like I did yesterday at 89. Hope to have gotten up at 90. And then the night of 90, I hope to get up at 91. I'm not quitting. I'm not stopping. This age is just a number. You've heard me say that 100 times. I'm now 90, but I want to continue at 90 what I tried to do before 90, doing for others as I would want others to do for me. And as long as I can do that, I will. So thank all of you for everything you've done for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clayton. We really appreciate your time today. And
I gotta run.
yes, she's got to run.
Because my husband's counting the things. He thinks that nobody can bring him water or anything but me. I'm the caretaker. Oh boy, if I get me some money and find me a ticket on the way home, I may not get home. I'm going to the airport and get out of town. Fred, I'll meet you in the neighborhood, Fred. I'll have to meet you I'm walking through the neighborhood, Fred.
You get a relief. Come over here. You can come over here and get a relief.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much again, Miss Clayton. We appreciate you. We love you.
Love
Happy
you.
birthday
Thank you.
all year long.
Thank you.
Not only y'all know y'all engineered it, but I want to thank them too for their participation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amen.
And
Now I go
thank
home.
Love
and
you.
That 9 is going to spread out to be this way. Next time, we're going this way next time.
it's okay. You can
Okay.
afford it.
Happy birthday.
Cut this thing off. How do you cut them out?
Thank you.
Bye,
Happy
Queen.
birthday,
Thanks,
guys.
friends. Good
Happy
to
birthday.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
Good to see you all.
Get out and vote.
We'll be
Vote.
getting together
Vote.
again soon, okay, Trumpet?
Forward to
Thank you,
it.
Dorian.
All right.
We're going to get together.
Thanks,
for
Dorian.
real, in person.